again. You bet you.
Yes, here we go again. It's Alan Young, very deep in trouble. And as usual, we gotta dig him out. Listen to that young man who tries to be helpful and always needs help himself, Alan Young.
Well, twice now, Alan's tried to drive his broken-down jalopy to Ambleside, Canada, where his family lives. But he's never gotten beyond his own backyard. He's still trying, though, and as we look in on him now, he's reading the latest letter from his father.
Gee, Pop writes so forcefully. His letters are from one man to another man. Look how he starts this one. Dear Snuggle Bunny. My boy, I've been getting the house ready for your homecoming. I papered the whole place last Tuesday. I haven't seen your mother since. But there's a familiar... This morning, Grandpa went out riding on his motorcycle with Grandma on the handlebars. They were going 60 miles an hour, and Grandpa made a sudden stop. It was the first time they've been separated in 40 years. Son, we're in the middle of the hunting season. Game is so plentiful that last week your mother hung out my winter underwear, and we caught 3 squirrels in the trap. I can hardly wait to go hunting and fishing with Pop. That's good. Come in.
Hiya, Mr. Young.
Oh, hello, David. Kid, come on in. Kid, I'm just reading a letter from my dad. He misses me on those hunting trips.
Hunting trips? Gee, Mr. Young, were you a hunter?
Was I a hunter? Sit down, kid. I remember the last time I was hunting up in Canada. I've been hunting for a tiger for 2 days. And as I passed a group of laughing hyenas...
Mr. Young, there are no tigers in Canada.
Yeah, well, why do you think the hyenas were laughing? You see, as I reached the end of the trail, suddenly I was attacked by a huge savage... They got bears in Canada.
I know.
Sure. A huge savage bear. He grabbed me in his arms, see? He drew me close. He hugged me. He squeezed me, and he squeezed me, and he squeezed me.
Gee, what did you do?
What could I do? I kissed him. I'm going back to that country for a holiday, David.
Mr. Young, will you take me to Canada with you?
You're running away from school, huh? David, doesn't your mother get angry when you play hooky?
No, she understands me. Mom says it's all right and just pats me on the head.
How about your father?
He takes care of the other end.
Well, David, when I went to school, I was the brightest boy in the class. Whenever the teacher asked a question, I was the first one to raise my hand. But by the time I got back in the room, somebody else had answered the question.
I'm fed up with school. Mr. Young, why don't you and me hop into your sloppy jalopy and drive down to Mexico?
To Mexico? Ooh, to drive all the way down to Mexico would take at least 60 gallons of Tejico. I'm glad I got that one out of my system.
Yeah, a chicken feels the same way.
Oh, you thought it was an omelet, eh? Oh, bless your little... Matter of fact, it's going to be a very expensive trip, you know.
Well, why don't you take up a collection to finance the trip?
A collection? Why, before I'd accept charity, I'd go out and beg.
Then why not get somebody to go along with you and share the expenses?
I tried, David. I put an ad in the paper for a driving companion who was willing to finance the trip. Somebody with plenty of money. If I could only get to... Maybe this is something now. Excuse me. How do you do? I'm Alan Young.
Ah, if your mother finds out, it'll break her poor old heart.
I presume that you came in answer to my ad.
Yes. That's right. Let me introduce myself. I am Wolfgang G. Liederkranz, the richest man in the world. Not counting Daddy Warbucks.
No.
And now, if you'll excuse me, I have a very important phone call to make. I want to close $1 million deal.
Oh.
Have you got a nickel?
Eccentric millionaires.
Oh, here's the phone. What a coincidence. Excuse me.
Yes.
Hello? Oh, it's you again. No, nothing doing. Goodbye. I haven't been able to make a phone call in years.
Well, why not?
Every time I lift the receiver, some nosy woman wants to know what number I'm calling. And I'm not going to tell her.
I don't blame you. No.
Mr. Young, I think this Jay is Utsnake.
Oh, what a cute little boy.
Oh, you like little boys?
Oh, yes. All except girls. You know, in fact, I've been thinking of doing something to develop the character of our American boyhood. I'm going to build a big gymnasium to develop their little minds and bodies. Of course, I'm having trouble getting equipment.
What equipment?
Pinball machines. Of course, that's only for the junior group. The intermediates will have slot machines. I want every boy in this country to know the meaning of 2 plums and a lemon.
Yeah. Well, Mr. Liederkranz, about this trip we're going to take together. Of course, you realize that there are lots of little expenses.
Oh, expenses? Well, of course, I'm willing to pay my share. So I'll just give you a small check for, shall we say $50,000?
Well, that's fair enough. $50,000? Well, gee, thank you. I'm so excited that check slipped right out of my hand.
Oh, well, don't bother to bend for it. It'll bounce right up again. I'll go home and pack my cigar box.
Yes.
And I'll see you tomorrow morning.
Right.
Toodle. Woo!
So long.
Mr. Young, I don't think this check is any good.
Well, of course it's good, David. It's from a reliable bank. Just look at the name here. The First Federated National Bank and Trust Company. Watch for our daily double. $50,000 now. Who can cash that check for me? I know. Hubert Updike, the richest man in the world. That is next to my new friend Wolfgang J. Liederkranz.
And now the Tune Twisters with A Kiss Goodnight.
One kiss helps with the parting. One kiss helps a goodbye along a kiss. Maybe just a starting, so can you see it through? A kiss goodnight is all right, but remember this, that a kiss goodnight leads to another kiss. A kiss goodnight with a hug real tight is nothing short of bliss. And a kiss goodnight leads to another kiss. It's an old custom for a boy and a girl to embrace in some secluded place. Little Mr. Cupid couldn't be so stupid
Has to do with
turnabout face. So it just ain't right to kiss goodnight and stop at 3 or 4. 'Cause a kiss goodnight leads to a dozen or more. No, it just ain't right to kiss goodnight and stop at 3 or 4. When you kiss goodnight, don't bother keeping a score. 'Cause a kiss goodnight leads to a dozen or more.
Alan is on his way to see his wealthy rival, Hubert Updike, to cash his $50,000 check. And where will he find the multimillionaire, Mr. Updike? Down on one knee, proposing as usual to Alan's girlfriend, Betty.
Hubert, I know you can give me all the riches of the world, but my mind is made up. I will not marry you.
But, Betty, how can you refuse me? I'm so tantalizingly kissable. Betty, this would be a wonderful day to get married. It's my birthday.
Oh, congratulations. How old are you?
16.
16. But last year you were 35.
Well, Dad got married again, and he doesn't want me to be older than my mother.
You should see the beautiful gift Dodd gave me for my birthday. It's a wonderful set of trains.
But you're too old to play with trains.
The New York, New Haven, and Hartford? And Dodd has just noticed that I've begun to grow up. So he called me into his safe deposit vault. And he took me aside, and then he
told you the facts of life?
Yes. Now I know how to foreclose a mortgage. Betty, you must marry me. You must.
Hubert, you're stamping your foot. You have a temper.
You're so right, Betty. Oh, I never should have had that egg in my toddy. Betty, I love you. I'd go through Dun and Bradstreet for you.
Hubert, when I marry, I want to raise a large family.
But babies are so difficult to take care of.
Why?
Oh, well, they don't provide high chairs at the Stork Club. Besides, how are you going to get a nipple over a dry martini?
Hubert, you're wasting your time talking to me about marriage. I'm in love with Alan Young.
Alan Young? Oh, fiddle faddle. He comes from such a common family. Why, his mother has never even tried to poison his father.
Oh, listen, Hubert. I think I hear Alan's car outside. I'll just open the door. Oh, look, Hubert. He's going to park his car right behind your Rolls Royce. Oh, Alan's so clever at parking. Just watch him ease in.
Alan Young, what have you done to my limousine?
Nothing, Hubert. I just put a couple of holes in your rolls.
Well, that happens to be a $75,000 custom-built car.
All I did was hit the lower left side of it.
Lower left side? Why, that's the cocktail lounge. Oh, thank goodness the rainbow room was untouched. Alan, you're positively a disgrace to the community.
Hubert, don't talk that way about Alan. People around here are always saying that Alan Young is thoughtless and troublesome and has a brain the size of a peanut. But I know they're exaggerating. See, Alan? It makes Hubert look like a dope.
Did all right by me, too.
Betty, don't make a mistake and marry Alan Young. If you do, you'll have 20 kids and live on the wrong side of the tracks.
With 20 kids, I'd have to live on both sides of the track.
And besides, I am so superior to Alan. I come from an historic family. My grandfather fought for the South. I can show you the bullet holes in his Confederate suit.
My grandfather fought for the North. I can show you the moth holes in his Union suit.
What's more, my fourth cousin was given the Order of the Bath by the King's Council.
So what? My fifth cousin was given an order to take a bath by the City Council.
Oh, Alan, I hate you. You're nothing but a pauper.
A pauper, huh? Well, I'm holding a $50,000 check right here in my hand.
I want to see that, if you don't mind.
You let go of that check. Now look what you did. You stretched it all out of shape.
Alan, where did you get a check for $50,000?
I got it from a wealthy friend of mine, Wolfgang J. Liederkranz. He's worth maybe $100 million.
$100 million. When the maid sweeps my den, she finds more than that sticking to her broom.
Look, Hubert, we shouldn't stand here arguing like this. Basically, I like you a lot. In fact, I can't think of a word to tell you how I feel about you. Would you cash this check for me?
No.
I just thought of a word. Well, I have to go somewhere else to cash this check. And, Betty, when I get my car going, I'll take you for a ride before I leave.
Oh, Alan, where we go?
Oh, I don't know. Let's do something different. Let's go out picking up girls.
Alan, go cash your check.
So long, Betty.
Bone Twisters bring us a new rhythm song. It's got to be this or that.
What to do, oh, what a riddle. Please tell me what to do. What's with you, I'm in the middle. You won't say yes, you won't say no, what to do. If you ain't wrong, you're right. If it ain't dark, if you ain't sure, be this or that. If it ain't full,
It's blank.
if you don't spend,
You bank.
if it ain't big, it's frank. Gotta be this or that. Who can it be if it ain't me? I know it's not your brother. Can't you see it's gotta be one way or the other? Tell me what I must know.
If you don't like, I'll go.
If it ain't yes, it's no. Gotta be this or that. If it ain't old, it's new. If it ain't much, it's few. If it ain't me, it's you. Gotta be this or that. Tell me what I must know. If you don't like, I'll go. If it ain't yes, it's no. Come on, honey, won't you please give in? I've been taking it on the chin.
Okay, baby. You win.
Gotta be that or this, gotta be this or that.
Peter Van Steeden and the orchestra with Star Eye. Once again, Alan's car is loaded with supplies for his trip to Canada. With his new companion, the eccentric Wolfgang J. Liederkrantz, sitting beside him, Alan is driving up to the neighborhood gas station for a final checkup.
Fill her up, Bud?
Yep, right to the brim. 1 cup of gas.
That'll be 3 cents, please.
3 cents.
3 cents.
All right. Could you cash a small check for $50,000?
You expect me to cash your $50,000 check for a 3-cent sale?
Oh, you're right. I'll throw a little more business your way. Put some air in the tires.
I had to become a civilian for this. Look, I want my 3 cents, Bud.
Well, my driving companion, Mr. Liederkrantz, handles all my larger expenses. Mr. Liederkrantz?
Yeah, I'll talk him out of the 3 cents.
Good.
My good man, you're much too handsome to be working in a garage. You should be in the movies with those beautiful eyes. What color are they?
They're blue.
I beg your pardon?
Blue. Blue, you imbecile, blue.
Ah, imbecile blue. What a lovely color.
Oh, why did I ever get those 85 points? Forget the 3 cents. Goodbye.
Bye. Well, I'll have to put the air in the tire myself. Wait a second. There's something I wanted to do before I got out of this car. What was it? Oh, there's something I wanted to do. Oh, well, might as well get out. Oh, yes. Open the door. Wonder how much air the tire holds.
Oh, maybe it's marked on the tire.
Oh, yes, here it is. 600 times 16. 600 times... That's 9,600 pounds. Sounds like a little bit too much. I'll just put the air in here till the tire gets nice and fat. 20 pounds. 30 pounds. 40 pounds. 50 pounds. Something must be wrong. I don't think the top of the tire should be higher than the windshield. 80 pounds. I'd better get this air hose out before something happens to the tire. It's liable to... It was my best tire. Gee, if only I had tires like Hubert's car across the street.
Ah, tires like on Hubert's car. They would look nice on your car, wouldn't they? Yes. Go in and say goodbye to your girl. When you come out, you'll be off to Canada with cool breezes on your face and hot tires on your car.
Okay, I'll be over at Betty's house.
It was so nice of you to come over and say goodbye.
Yeah.
Sit close to me. After all, you know, we're practically engaged.
Oh, you mean the both of us?
And very soon your mother will be my mother and my mother will be your mother.
I better ask Pop and see if he wants to switch.
Then you will take me to Canada with you?
No, not this trip, Betty, no.
Oh, I know why you don't want to take me. You don't love me, that's why. I knew it last night when we were sitting in your car during that pouring rain. I kept asking for a kiss and you kept shaking your head no.
Wasn't that, Betty? My nose was caught in the windshield wiper.
The trouble with you is you're too naive. I'll bet your father never let you go out with the opposite sex.
Oh, he didn't mind.
Then why didn't you go out with him?
He wouldn't tell me which was the opposite sex.
Alan, forget Canada for a moment. Here we are together. Mm-hmm. There's romance in every breath of air. Mm-hmm. And after all, you're a man and I'm a woman.
Yeah, my parents had the same arrangement. Look, my tires should be fixed by now, Betty, so I'll just be running...
Alan Young.
What is it, Hubert? Oh, Hubert?
Oh, I'm so completely flabbergasted. 4 brand new tires are missing from my car.
That's terrible.
Oh, how could they do this to me? I'll catch the culprit. I'm so influential. I've got friends with the DA, the CID, the OSS, and the FBI.
DA, CID, OSS, and FBI. Put them all together, what do you got? That's a dossier to the That's not a heck of a lot.
Well, where am I 4 tires? And who could have taken them?
My friend, Big Young. Come on, Alan, my boy. We're off to Canada. We have 4 brand new tires.
Oh, heavens to Gimbals. You're the one who stole my 4 tires. You're a rascal and a scoundrel.
You seem to forget I'm also a cad.
Hubert, I'm sure Mr. Liederkranz has every intention of paying for those tires.
Oh, that's right. I have a check here for $100,000.
You'll pay $100,000 for tires. Why, only an updike could afford to do that.
Oh, I've paid as much as $150,000 for tires.
I paid $200,000 for tires.
I paid 75 cents for mine.
I could write a check for any amount. You see, I'm the richest man in the world.
Ooh, you just made a fib. I richest man in the world.
Oh, no.
Well, while you're arguing, I'll see who's at the door here.
No, I am the richest man. I am.
Yes?
Pardon me, Blondie. One of our patients escaped from our institution. He's harmless, but there's just one thing wrong with him.
What's that?
He thinks he's the richest man in the world.
Well, come on in. We have quite a selection here.
Oh, no, you're not, Mr. Liederkranz. I tell you, you're not. I am.
Excuse me, buddy. What was that?
I am the richest man in the world.
That's all I wanted to know. Come along with me, bud. I'll just put this jacket on you.
How dare you take that thing off me? I won't wear that jacket. It doesn't go with my tie.
Just a moment. I am the richest man in the world.
Oh, good. I've got a jacket for you, too.
Thank you.
I'm glad we got this whole thing settled. Now I can start my trip to Canada.
Okay. It's lucky you're all right. Well, so long, Blondie.
Oh, before you go, would you do me one little favor?
Oh, sure. What is it?
Could you cash a check for $50,000?
You two? Come on along.
Yeah, wait a minute. You can't do that. Oh, take that.
The Film Twisters with the country's #1 song, Atchison, Topeka, and Santa Fe.
Clickety-clack,
Clickety-click.
clickety-clack. Clickety-clack, clickety-click, clickety-clack. See her coming down the track. Choo-choo, choo-choo. Do you hear that whistle down the line? A big and nice engine number 49. She's the only one that sounds that way on the Atchison, Topeka, and Santa Fe. See the old smoke rising round the bend. I reckon that she knows she's gonna meet a friend. Folks around these parts get the time of day from the Atchison, Topeka, and Santa Fe. Ooh. Ooh. Jim, you better get the rig. Got a list of passengers pretty big, and they all want lifts to Brown's Hotel. 'Cause lots of them are traveling for quite a spell.
All the way from Philadelphia.
On the Atchison, Topeka, and Santa Fe. Here she comes around the bend.
This is the Armed Forces Radio Service.
Atchison, Topeka, Atchison, Topeka, Atchison, Topeka. And the Santa Fe.